Subphylum Vertebrata includes 6 classes. The first class is Cyclostomata. Now, cyclostomata, the organisms or the animals that you will see in cyclostomata, if you will see the mouth is not having jaws. You can find the suckers are present. You can find here also, and even here you can see this fish, they are having suckers. So that is why these animals, they are jawless and they have suckers. Also, their skin, if you will see, it is very soft, and if you will see, there is no scales which are present. Usually if you see fishes have scales, so they do not have any type of scales. Another thing is that they don't have any appendages. You will find here there are no appendages which are present. Also, the endoskeleton is cartilaginous. It is made up of cartilage. It is not made up of bones. Usually if you will see a fish, the endoskeleton is made up of bones, but here the endoskeleton is not made up of bone. It is made up of cartilage. Now, what is cartilage? If you will see your ears, the lower part of your ears, it has cartilage. Even your nose is made up of cartilage, the sides of your nose. So these are called as cartilage. So in this fishes, the endoskeleton is made up of cartilage, and most of these are ectoparasite. Now, usually they survive on the organism or the water organism, like if you see tortoise, they will attach to the tortoise and they will suck the nutrients from that tortoise. So that is why they are called as the ectoparasite. Example is patromyxin and myxin, and the class is cyclostomata, that is jawless animals. Class second is Pisces. Now, Pisces includes all the fishes. So, all the fishes except those who are included in the cyclostomata, all fishes are included in Pisces. Now, Pisces, these are cold-blooded, that is, they are poikilotherms. Cold-blooded has the term as poikilotherms. Now, if you see the body of these organisms, they are spindle shaped. That is to cut the water resistance. So that is why they have this spindle shaped body as they continuously move around in water. Also, if you will see, there are fins which are present. Some fins are paired, whereas some fins are unpaired. So they have paired and unpaired fins both. These also have tail fins. If you will see here, there are tail fins here. Now, what is the main thing of tail fin is it acts as a steering to give the organism the direction where it has to go while swimming. Also, if you will see the exoskeleton, so in fishes, in all these fishes, the exoskeleton is made up of, that is, scales, and the endoskeleton, it can be made up of cartilage also in some fishes, and in some fishes it can be made up of bones also. So in cyclostomata, we saw that the endoskeleton is made up of only the cartilage, but here the endoskeleton is made up of cartilage as well as bones. Now, if you will see, they have gills. So for the respiration, all the fishes, they have gills. Now, they lay eggs in water. We all know that. And also, the fishes, they are, heart is two-chambered heart. That is, they have one auricle and one ventricle, and that this is called as two-chambered heart. Now, fishes example is shark, pomfret, seahorse, electric ray, stingray, etc. Third class is amphibia. Now, amphibians, these organisms can survive both on land as well as in water. So they can survive in both aquatic as well as terrestrial region. Now, there is one thing that you have to remember in them, that when they are in their larval stage, at that time, they can only perform aquatic respiration. And when they go into the adult stage, that time they can perform both aquatic and aerial respiration. So this thing you have to remember, that in the larval stage, they can perform only one type of respiration, that is aquatic respiration. Now here, if you will see, the frogs, they have the digits, but they do not have claws. So the digits are without claws, and there are two pairs of appendages that you can see here. Also, the exoskeleton which is there, the skin, if you see, it is always moist, and the main important function of the skin is in respiration. So the skin also performs respiration in frog. Now if you will see here, the external ear of the frog, if you will see the photo also of the frog, the external ear is not there. They just have a small opening which is covered with a membrane that is called as tympanum. So as they do not have the external ear, so that small hole which they have, which is covered with a membrane, so that is called as the tympanum. Now in these animals, the neck is absent, and if you will see the eyes are bulging out and they are prominent, and they also have the eyelids. Now they lay eggs only in water, and these animals are three chambered, that is two auricles and one ventricle. Next class is class Reptilia. Now why they are called as Reptilia? Because they have the creeping movement. So from that creeping movement, all the animals they creep, and because of which the name Reptilia is given. Now these animals, those who are included in Reptilia, as they creep on the land, so that is why they cannot lift their body up. They only do the creeping movement. Now these are cold-blooded, that is they are poikilotherms. If you see the skin of these animals, it is very dry and usually it is made up of scales. You can find scaly skin is there. And also the neck is present. In earlier, that was in the amphibians, the neck was absent, but in reptile, the neck is present. External ears, if you see, the external ears are not present. Then if you see the digits, so they have claws. Now amphibians, they didn't have claws, but reptiles, they have claws. Now these animals, one important feature of these animals is that they lay egg only on the land. Though some of them can survive in water as well, but whenever they have to lay egg, they need land for it. And respiration is through lungs, and their heart is three chambered, that is two auricles and one ventricle, except for crocodile. For crocodile, the heart is four chambered. Next class is aves, that is birds. So all the birds, they are included in class aves. Now we all know that they are adapted to the aerial life. Now aves are warm blooded, and that is why they are called as homeotherms. And why they are called as homeotherm? Because they can maintain their own body temperature. Even we humans are homeotherms, birds are homeotherms, because whenever the temperature of the environment changes, but our body maintains itself according to the temperature of the environment. So that is why we can maintain our own body temperature. For example, the human body temperature is almost 37 degrees Celsius. So they can maintain a particular temperature. Also, if you will see the body of the animal, so the body of the birds, they have a spindle shaped body because they have to cut through the air and they need to fly. So that is why they have a spindle shaped body. As in Pisces also, they had a spindle shaped body. Then next is the wings that is there. So the forelimbs which are there, we have two types of limbs, that is forelimbs and hindlimbs. So the forelimbs which are there, it is modified into wings, and these animals also have digits which are covered with scales and claws. You see any bird, they will have those claws, and the digits which are there, they will have some scaly structures. The exoskeleton, we all know, for all the birds, the exoskeleton is made up of feathers, and neck is present between head and trunk. If you see the jaw, now in them, the jaw is not there. Instead of the jaw, they have beak. And these animals are oviparous, that is they lay eggs. Respiration is through lung, and heart is four chambered. So it starts from crocodile. So crocodile heart is four chambered. Then aves heart is also four chambered, that is two auricles and two ventricles. Last class is class Mammalia. So all the mammals are included in class Mammalia. Now there are special structures which are present. Those animals are included in class Mammalia, and those structures are the mammary glands. So because of the presence of mammary glands, this is the main structure which distinguishes them from all the other organisms. So mammary glands are present, and so they are included in the class Mammalia. Now we all know that they are warm-blooded, that is homeotherms, and the body is divided into head, neck, trunk and tail. And the digits which are there, it can either have nails, or it can have claws, or it can have hooves. Now exoskeleton, it can be made up of fur or it can be made up of hairs. Respiration is through lungs. Mammals are viviparous. Mammals cannot lay egg. They directly give birth to the young ones. So that is why mammals are viviparous. And the heart is four-chambered. That is two auricles and two ventricles. Example of mammals, there are n number of example of mammals. For example, elephant, human, kangaroo, dolphin, bats, etc., etc.